Hey, welcome back to Christy Planning Out, and this is a plan with me in my Hobonichi Cousins A5. Um, as you see here, I have a kit, and if you seen the previous video, a kit from Hobbs Sticker Company, and it is the Starry Starry Night kit. It is a gorgeous uh, set of stickers. I bought the whole set, and it was gorgeous. And if you saw the last video, you would have saw the flip through. So if you hadn't had a chance to check that out, head back over there to the video right before this one, and where I show the details of the kits. It's very beautiful. The dark blues and gold is a good way for me to work over into the month of March. It's the first week in March, and I know we have spring coming. It's the beginning of spring, so I wanted to use this more wintry sticker set now before I made the switch over to the pastels and uh, more spring colors. This is a new Coach notebook cover that I just purchased about a couple weeks ago, and I was showing the difference between my previous notebook cover from Coach and the one I am in now. It's without the hearts, and I think it was perfect timing. So I'm gonna flip through over here to the monthly view. I decorated the month of March with some stickers from the Retro Holiday sticker book by Live Love Posh. Really cute. Bring the camera in, and again, you are receiving a voiceover because of my infamous editing or unawareness of not knowing my microphone was not powered on or not picking up my audio. So if you see my hands moving different, I was actually recording, well, I thought I was recording the video and recording the sound with the video, but it didn't take. So here's more editing, and this is actually why this is late. We're decorating or planning out the week of March 3rd through the 9th. And I started here with these headers, the days of the week. You get about 5 sets of week stickers from the Hobbs Sticker Co. And I appreciate that. So I'm gonna lay down these stickers. They fit pretty good in between the headers of the weekdays. So I use that. I'm gonna bring it in a little closer so you can see where the placement of those days, and I just really love the font style of the scripts and everything. Hope everyone has had a wonderful week. It has been an eventful week for me. I guess every day is a new day, and take one day at a time. And so this week started on Wednesday, the season of Lent, and I've just been reading my scriptures and spending more time in prayer and communication with God, and that's really important to me. Outside of doing that on a daily basis, I wanted to make sure I had a productive week. Um, I did 2 loads of clothes laundry, which is like totally out of the norm for me. I don't do laundry during the work week because of just being tired going to work, and so I needed to do a couple loads during the week. But luckily for me, I was able to finish it by the end of the week. There were a few appointments I needed to make sure I got scheduled, and I took care of that as well. My allergies have been kicking my tail this week, and it has been one to reckon. I mean, Thursday morning I had a allergy attack, and it was something fierce. So, my husband, he is into holistic medicines, and I can appreciate that. And he does a lot of research, a lot of reading up, and he made himself aware of remedies that you can use without going to actual chemicals and medicine. So that was very helpful. He made me a cup of dandelion root tea with some turmeric and let's see, I think he added vitamin C and some elderberry to the tea. And I tell you the truth, I drank that tea, and probably within an hour of drinking that tea, my sinuses were clear. Uh, I didn't have the pressure buildup that I had, and I could breathe, and it was miraculous. So I just really appreciate his knowledge, and I respect his knowledge, and it's been very helpful to me and to others. So I have a lot of family and friends that reach out to ask questions about different things, and it's just so helpful. So we finally got the stickers laid down, and I put on over in the sidebar a this week category, and I'm going to add some washi strips at the bottom of the pages of my weekly spread, and that's what you'll see here. And for the most part, this is this I love this color, the striping, the strips. It is just gorgeous, and it is. I just really like these. This kit is so beautiful. Now we're in frame, and you can see the whole picture. Did not notice. I'm still working the kinks out of recording YouTube. I mean, I've watched YouTube, let's say, I went back to 2008 when it was just kicking off. And I used to love watching YouTube channels, and I always wanted to have my own YouTube channel. But I always put it off. I never gave myself the consideration of the time that it would take or the equipment or, well, you need this and you need that. So I was just kept waiting, and it was one time it would be, oh, you need this type of camera or you need this type of phone. And when those things came to pass, guess what? I still didn't do the recording. And so this year, I just had a record on myself like, you can do this, just start. The person that you are in the future will thank the past you for taking the leap and just trying it. So I am still learning the backside of watching YouTube. I'm familiar with editing. I did have a podcast one season of See What Getting You Right podcast. That's it's still out there, and I do plan to return back to that. But things have happened where I had to take some breaks and just didn't have that time to do the posting. I did that right after I graduated with my MBA. So I like the YouTube aspect because this is totally something that I do every week anyway. I plan out my weeks in my planners, and I write in my journal, and I do reels and stuff for Instagram. So this was more of less impact on my schedule to work this in. I'll tell you the downside of it is the editing or making the shortening up the video, making sure that you don't have like inactivity, or making sure you took out something that you didn't want to be seen or you didn't necessarily want to share. That's time consuming, but I'm working through it. I have a tendency to catch on fast to doing something repetitive. So it's getting easier for me, but I'm excited. So I just want to make sure I keep my videos engaging. I always want to share. If you like what you see, what I'm doing in my videos, please comment below. I'm open for that the feedback that and those words of encouragement if you have them to offer. And if you don't mind, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as I work out the schedule of getting these videos out promptly, I probably will be more heavier with posting videos in the beginning of this start of this channel, then work out to a schedule, or just fit into things that um, I like to do or want to do on video on YouTube. So I'm not a jack of all trades, but I do have a lot of hobbies. I love to read. I love audiobooks. And last year I did. I consumed. So let's put that word there. Consumed either reading or actually listening to. I did 86 books in 2024, and I do have another goal of 100 books set this year. I was thinking I do need to go back and fill in my reading logs for the last 2 months. Once I get done, I might share that here if it interests you. I'm not a one genre type person. I'll dibble and dabble into a good book recommendation. If someone tells me, "Oh, this was good. This is really good," yeah, I'll usually put it on my list, and I'll make sure I read or consume via audio. Uh, I love a good story. Um, Rom-coms are my default books that I read. I like a nice romantic comedy. Then there was this period like during the beginning of the pandemic, I was listening to a lot of podcasts, crime podcasts, and I was um, reading different books that were related to mystery and solving. So I try to set that aside because it was kind of shifting my views on things. So I kind of set that aside and look for something more optimistic. Or it's not anything against anybody that listens to true crime podcasts. I just had to do that for me and my mental health. But I do love a good mystery book. So I have consumed a lot of Freed McFadden's books. Um, some of them were better than others, and not all of her books are created equal. But I did read a lot of hers. I've read a lot of suspense novels as well that built up the suspense. So I pretty much read biopics, everything. If it's good, if it's written well, or it has a good plot, I'll read it. I'll give it a chance. So those are my hobbies. Also, I love to bake. I do bake breads and cakes and cookies and a lot of desserts. I cook as well, but I am not the main chef in this family. My husband was a formerly trained chef, so he cooks a lot, and I fill in wherever I need to. So there are certain dishes that I make that he asks me to make because he just likes the way I make them. So I respect his wishes, and because he makes me everything I ask him for, so we switch off back and forth. But the baking and desserts are my jam. So if you like to see any of those type of videos, let me know as well because um, I do make cakes from scratch, cookies and different pies and desserts. And I love bread. Bread, I always say, if it wasn't for bread and potatoes, I don't know what I would look like because I do have a love hate relationship with potatoes and bread. And I love it, but the hate comes in as carbs don't want to leave my body, and so there's that. Not weight shaming or anything here, because hey, I love my body no matter what shape it's in. So now we're filling in some important information. I wrote one book here. I finished the X Files. I think that was by Linda Painter. I think that's her name. I've had Onyx Storm on my list for several weeks, and I guess I'm slow reading the Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros because I know if it ends on a cliffhanger, I'll be upset. It's over. So I have stretched that one out. That's my read, come back, and I'll eventually get through it. But so that's still on my list. I also read Happily Never After, and that was really good too. And those are both uh, rom coms. So I'm just filling in. Uh, I finished the Happily Never After on Wednesday, and also this week I had a project that a friend of mine asked me to do. I did some vinyl designs for T-shirts for a team that my friend was the captain of. So that did take up my time. for the first part, like Monday and Tuesday, designing and then actually cutting out. They turned out extremely well, and I'm glad she really liked them. And then so Wednesday, also attended a Zoom Lent service for Ash Wednesday. Okay, and I'm just pulling in my appointments here and writing up things I need to make sure that I take care of. I usually write a list that keeps me on point for keeping everything together to make sure I accomplish them this week. And so I always add the things I want to do on the side. And if I don't get to them, I know what I need to move over to the following week. So filling in the rest of the week. Thursday uh, was basically I was able to post um, my YouTube video for the previous video right before this one, and then also I'm making appointments and just really pretty much like laying out what I wanted to take care of before the weekend. So yeah, I give myself a task list every weekend. It's usually to do laundry, clean a room, or I would try to be specific because if I write something like clean house, it is not specific enough for me, and it's also not a way to be gratifying to check it off, right? Like it would take longer to check it off and to accomplish that. So I usually write out detailed, specific things I want to cover, like if clean my guest room, clean my bathroom, whatever it is, vacuum, clean out the refrigerator. I like to be very specific. Okay, so I pretty much finished my initials layout. I'll add more items as things come up during the week, but for the most part, that's it. I appreciate you taking time to watch my video and see you in the next one.